What is self-consciousness? Does being self-conscious have an effect on your self-confidence? When we were kids, we had a lot of problems with our self-consciousness. We still do in our early teenage years, and that is because we tend to embarrass ourselves. But what is embarrassment, and why do we get self-conscious from being embarrassed? Simply because we are afraid that people would judge us. Embarrassment is a feeling where you feel exposed or awkward for whatever your wrongdoing happens to be. When we get embarrassed, it is because we did something weird, something out of the ordinary, and that makes people think that, wow, that person's weird. And that leads to judgments. The reason why we judge one another is because you believe that the person you are judging is different from you. When people judge you, you get embarrassed about your looks, your attitude, or your personality, just yourself in general. When people judge you, your boost of self-confidence leaves you because you are embarrassed. You might question, does embarrassment lead to self-consciousness? Maybe it does, because when you get embarrassed, you get insecurities, and insecurities can lead to self-consciousness. What is the meaning of insecure? Being insecure means you are unconfident, uncertain, or unsure about yourself or the situation you are in. It means doubting yourself and your abilities. It means not believing in what you are capable of doing. In short, being insecure means you feel anxious or fearful about yourself or something in your life. What makes you feel insecure, you might ask? When we feel insecure, it's probably because of lack of confidence or because of a recent failure on something. Lack of confidence has to do with being insecure because when you do something wrong or weird and you get judged about it, you'll feel unconfident. You'll feel that you lack something that everybody else has, and that makes you insecure because you are doubting yourself. Your recent failure on something can also lead to insecurities, because when you fail at something and somebody makes a statement about your failure, you start to doubt yourself and feel unconfident about your abilities, and that leads to being insecure. How does your insecurities lead to self-consciousness? Your insecurities can lead to self-consciousness because when you get insecure, you get conscious about them, your insecurities about yourself. When you are self-conscious, it means you are aware of yourself, your appearance, or your actions. For example, if you are insecure about your appearance, that means you are self-conscious. If you are insecure about your actions, how you act or what you do in your daily life, that means you are self-conscious. If you are insecure about yourself, that means you are self-conscious. But why is self-consciousness a problem? Self-consciousness is a problem because you aren't as confident as other people around you are. You get judged easily because you being self-conscious is a topic to pick on. They'll make fun of you, and that will make you start to feel more insecure and more self-conscious about yourself. Does being self-conscious have an effect on your self-confidence? Before I answer that, I want you to know what self-confidence is. Self-confidence is a feeling of trust in one's abilities, qualities, and judgments. To be self-confident means you have confidence in yourself. To be self-confident simply means that you feel good about who you are, and you also feel good about your abilities to be able to achieve things that you want to achieve. Now, does self-consciousness have an effect on your self-confidence? It does, because if you are self-conscious, then you are less confident. If you are a self-confident person, you will be proud about who you are, be proud to show off your abilities, but being self-conscious ruins that proudness you have about yourself. This is because since you get insecure very easily, you wouldn't want to show off your abilities because you think that other people won't be proud of you. They'll think that you're different from them, and that makes you start to be self-conscious. But in reality, you shouldn't be self-conscious. Why? Because as people, we're all different in our own ways, and that's what makes us special. You should be able to show other people who you really are, and there should be no reason why you should hide your real identity, because that's what makes you who you are. We all have our different ways of thinking, and your way of thinking shouldn't make you insecure just because you have different opinions from others. The only reason why we have different opinions from others is because we have different perspective on things. You should be proud of who you are, and you shouldn't be self-conscious for who you are. Be confident because nobody has to be self-conscious. Thank you.